Hey everyone, this is Tim from YourSixStudios. Today in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use and download Darktable, the free photo editor, on your Windows 10 or Mac or Linux computer. So let's go ahead and jump in the video right now. So Darktable is very similar to Lightworks on the Mac and is completely free and open source. And it's very easy to go ahead and get. So let's open up a web browser right now and then type in the address bar www.darktable.org. Do not type .com, you have to go to the .org website. So let's press enter now. Then on the top, let's go over to install and select this option. Then scroll down and choose your OS. So here is the Windows 10 option, and here is the Mac option. If you hover over the icon, you'll be able to tell which operating system it is. Mac OS, Windows 10. So let's select this. Now, since I selected Microsoft Windows, it took me to the download area. Let's select download the latest window installer for Darktable. And it's going to download in the bottom left side of the screen. Now, since it's done, let's click the up arrow and go to open. And then press yes to allow unknown publisher to make changes to your device. Now go through the installation process and press next. Read through the agreement and press I agree. Then choose your destination folder. I'm just going to leave mine in the program files under my C drive. Choose next. Then you can choose the start menu folder. I'm just going to leave it how it is and press next. Then select the components to install. I'm just going to leave it how it is and go over to install. Alright, now Darktable is starting to install on my computer. Then go to finish. Now locate Darktable under your start menu. Now it should show up on top under recently added, or you might have to go to the search icon or even scroll down under this list to find Darktable. Let's select it and open it up. Now, one thing I like to do all the time with my favorite apps is pin them to the bottom bar. If I go to the icon right here and right click on it and then go to pin, I can keep it on my taskbar along with my other favorite apps, so I can easily access this at any point in time. So now I'm going to show you the basics of Darktable and how to use it and why I like it. So let's go ahead and add some images from a folder. So in the upper left side of the screen, let's go to images or folder and select this, and then find the files you want to add and import into Darktable. Okay, so here's some images. I'm going to go ahead and just select one and then go to open, and it should add it into Darktable now. If you selected multiple images, they should be on the bottom here, and you can easily go between them all. Now on the top right, you can easily switch between darkroom and light table very quickly. Just select the icons on top. And this will bring you to this screen, which will be very important for exporting, duplicating the images. So let's go back over to Darkroom by selecting the image. So over on the right side of the screen, if we go to this little option right here, and then go to Manage Presets, and then go to All, we can see all the different options Darktable has available for us. So this can be kind of overwhelming when you start out. And most of these you probably won't use. So I highly suggest using the beginner's workflow, which will just limit you to 3 different module groups. And then you can switch and go to all of the different modules and use and try these out when you start to get used to the program. So to switch to the beginner module, select that icon again, and then go over to Workflow Beginner and select this option. Now you'll only be limited to the 3 different modules. So when you're starting editing, I suggest going to the first module and then go to the basic adjustments right on top and select this option and set your exposure, contrast, and brightness right away. So here's the exposure. You want to line this up and just find a good spot that works. Then you can go down to saturation right here and increase the saturation and make it look very colorful. And you can do the same thing with vibrance, one option down. So once you have the lightness of your photo adjusted, you can go down to crop and rotate and set the margins for the photo. You can crop it very easily just by selecting this window and dragging it wherever you want. Now let's say we don't want a module on anymore. We can easily go to this little power icon right here and turn it off. Or we can turn it on. So you can go through all these different options and adjust it. Now one thing I really like under the grading module is the color zones. The color zones, you can literally increase or decrease the light of a specific color. So typically around here under the oranges, the tans, will allow me to adjust the specific lightness of the color I just chose. So find the color you want, increase or decrease the light. And then you can increase the saturation of that specific color also. So if there's too much red in the face, you can reduce the saturation. Or if you want to change it completely, you can change the hue of it. So go through the different modules and check these out. Now on the left side, if we go over to history, let's say you made a mistake. You can go back to the original and move your way up to the point where you can undo the mistake. Or you can take a snapshot, which is kind of cool. Let's take a snapshot. Then select the snapshot right here. And then you can go down to original and you can see the differences between your edited photo and your original photo real quick and easily. Just going back and forth like this. So now let's go over to the light table and I'll show you an amazing feature of Darktable. So let's go to a different file that I was working on. So here's all the photos I took the other day. Now my favorite feature of Darktable is the ability to edit all these photos at the same time. So I was working on one of the photos up here where she's sitting down by the rocks. Let's say I want to copy all the different modules on that specific photo and apply it to all these other photos. So let's highlight the photo that we were just editing that we liked and we had set up and edited well. Then we can go to history stack and then we can go to copy and then we can go to these other photos and then we can hold down shift and use the arrow keys and select all the other photos. Then we go under history stack again, and then we can go to paste, and it will change the photos. So I'm not going to do that. I'll just do to the first photo here, and it will completely change the way this photo looks. Boom, it completely lit it up and made it a lot brighter. So now we can go to discard history, and this will remove all the different modules from it. And I can go back to this one that's right by it and copy the stack and apply it to this one. I'll change it to kind of how it was before. Or you can just copy specific parts from the photos if you don't want to apply all the changes to it. Now let's say we want to copy an image. So right above it, if we go to selected images, we have the option to copy it or duplicate it. So let's duplicate that image. Great. Now we can apply like a crop or some kind of effect like that where we can specifically zoom in on that image and then we won't disrupt the original image. So now we have our photo. How do we export it? So if we go down to export now, we have the option to change the target storage area right here. And we can select our drive over on the left side. Then you can change the file format right here. I'm going to just leave it at JPEG and then quality, increase it to 100 depending on how you want it to be stored. And then go to export and it will export the image to that folder. So that is how you use and download Darktable. It's very awesome and simple and completely free. So if this video did indeed help you guys out, go ahead and leave it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below for more Darktable tech help videos coming up next on YourSixStudios.